Hey fam, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is that you may be. It is my sincere hope, prayer, and desire that all is well and safe with you and yours. I'm MATruth. Hi y'all, hey y'all. Pondering, trying not to be so energetically involved in the bullshit that's going on. Okay? Because energy, we are energy beings. Uh, and we emit energy and we receive energy. So, with that being said, I'm not up to receiving the bullshit energy. Nevertheless, I do need to be aware of what's going on, be cognizant of what's going on, and you as well. I think most of us who um, peruse YouTube and other media for content and listening to the opinions of others, I my personal belief, please keep that in mind. These are my opinions, my beliefs, what I think. I'm not asking you to agree. If you happen to, fantastic. Speak on it. Let me know. My email is in there. Holla at a sister. Um, right at this moment though, what's been really pressing on my mind and with greater intensity of late is the fact that in my spirit, since the election, I knew it was fucked up. I knew that it was not right. That was me. Many others have spoken on it, the election being stolen. In addition to that, Orange Mussolini said, thanks to Muskrat for hooking him up, more or less. That's what the man said. We are not stupid. We are intelligent and rational beings. We can figure shit out. It's called critical thinking. I know many of them don't believe in that, but that's beside the point. Fact is, this is fact. I believe is fact. The election was stolen from VP Harris. And Mussolini and Muskrat stole it. There's a lot of anomalies that are coming up in reports, data mining that's been going on for different companies, individuals who are data analysts. And for whatever reason, this is not being spoken of. I'd like to understand that. I would really like to know the reason for keeping quiet. I think, for the most part, we understand that we are given choices, not our own choices, in our neighborhoods, in our townships, in our cities, in our communities at large. We are not truly given fair choices, choices that we would earnestly make on our own. There are people in the higher echelons of the shit who pick those that they want to get their agenda across. We get that. We understand. We understand the game. Understand the game that y'all playing. Why? Why the game? Will they get any richer? It's just so much finances that you can have. I mean, you truly can't spend it all, okay? Because the dollars, the amounts are astronomical. And with that in mind, I would question her. Are they real? I've heard some analysts and greater minds discussing finances and how it's a shell game for one, and also they're made up numbers, just like the stock market. What's the stock market? Speculation. That's not real shit. That's speculation, and you bet on these theories, potentialities. Well, this might happen. Well, it might not. Well, I bet you it will. I bet you will. This the shit that we dealing with. This is not real. This is not tangible. What was tangible was the gold that the U.S. dollar used to be backed by. Who got rid of that? Was it Nixon or Reagan? One of them two motherfuckers got rid of that, the gold standard. You don't have enough money. Now, what does the government do? They print more money. A promissory, I promise to pay you. Is that real? Promises. Promises are broken every day. We are living in a broken promise. Okay. Now, back to the election shit. Uh, I have been encountering uh, more feed regarding the elections. And there's one guy, and I saw him today. And this gentleman he had his graphs and his charts, and he's from some organization where they actually dig deep into the anomalies of these elections and how that VP Harris lost in many districts where the Democratic vote was high, except for hers, and then Mussolini show up. He gets all the votes pretty much at the same time. So what's being questioned is why the disparities and the timing of it. Many of these things happen across what they refer to as the swing states. Uh, these anomalies happen at the same time. Now, like I said, we've already been told out of the horse's mouth or ass, whichever you want it to be out of. He already said, you ain't got to worry about voting anymore. The enemy always tells on themselves. Always. Because they're prideful. They're boastful. I'm the bad motherfucker. Well, just like shit go up, shit come down. And while you might be relishing your apparent success at the moment, all of those involved will fall like dominoes. They have to. First and foremost, they ain't right. Karma will visit you, and you may not like that visitation. There are two videos that I watched this morning, and this time I always say I'm gonna put the links in the description. I always forget. Well, not always. Sometimes. This time, I promise, I will put those two links in the uh, in the description. One of them is from Mark Thompson show, and it's election fraud concerns. And the individual that he's speaking to is the founder of the Election Truth Alliance. And they've gone through every swing state. And of course, they've come up with their graphs and charts and all of that. And it makes sense. It makes sense. And then there's a lady on here. I can't recall her name at the moment, but in any case, she speaks to the same thing. And there are multitude of others. Uh, I see this one reported, more mature gentleman wears a little brown, broke down hat on his head, and he's like the Clark Kent of elections and investigation. He is an investigative reporter, and if I find him, I'll put his information in there too. Bottom line, the election was stolen. Um, we know it. And again, my question is, why the delay? It appears that for most things that you want to know about, you can find it out just like that. But this, not so much. And if you will recall how VP Harris walked off the podium that night that the election was called, something in her stance led me to think that she knew something was up. Now, whether she factually did or not, she has never spoken on it. She has not said a word. But we know girlfriend was upset. Nothing she could do about it at that time. This mess has been allowed to go on and on and on, again, for the benefit of who? And just looking at it as it is, it's challenging to try to figure that shit out. Now, if you take it another step, a little deeper this time, many would say, and that I've heard being spoken on, that this is a lesson for the United States, well, for the world, primarily the United States. However, it does affect the world because we're all interconnected. Folks don't think about that, but we are. And the lesson to be learned here in the US is that you cannot stand forever on lies. A house divided against itself will not stand. The US is a house divided against itself. It was never built on unity to begin with. Let's just be honest about that. Okay. So all of the wrongs, all of the lies, all of the treaties that have been broken, the stealing of the lands, which is still going on to this very day, the discrimination against peoples based purely upon their complexion. Ain't that a bitch? You too light, you too dark. I figure, as someone said, we're all different shades of wheat. Color of skin, really? I reflect back on the fact we are all human. We all breathe the same way. We speak through our mouths, we hear through our ears, we see through our eyes, we reason with our minds. Isn't that considered a commonality, common ground? Families, majority, want the best for their offspring. It doesn't matter what your ethnicity is. And race is a man construct anyway. It's a societal construct. That's bullshit. We're not races in and of itself. We are human. And the BS that has gone down on planet Earth with regards to those who think more highly of themselves than they should have gone to other lands, other territories, and they have decimated the peoples of those lands. Greed. And greed is the defining force that's here, and it is also what's going to take them out. Because there will come a time, and for those who know scripture, I don't recall the chapter in this, but it says there will be gnashing and wailing in the streets because the money will be of no earthly good. So those who are sitting high now and looking down on the rest of us, the chickens have come home to roost, and we will see the results of that sooner than later. And I say that with intention to do whatever I can within my realm of influence to encourage those around me to level up, square up. We have a fight on our hands. We have people that want to just wipe us off the face. You can't do it, y'all. It ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Just want you to know, it's not gonna happen. Can't wipe us off the face of the earth. We are the earth. We are the light. And like I said, it's that lesson to be learned is simply that these people here in our space and in our time frame, they have a lesson to learn. We all do. They have to learn the lesson that you can't keep doing the BS you've been doing all these hundreds of years and think it's going to stand. It's not. And for those of us that are on the lower end of the totem pole and are affected by the crap that's going on, fear not. Because fear is the evidence of things appearing, false things appearing real. This shit ain't real. We feel it, we sense it within ourselves. This ain't legit. We are way above that. And the crap is crumbling down. Referring back to our scriptures. The story about the statue. What was it? Nebuchadnezzar had this statue, and it was gold at the top and all of that, but at the bottom, the feet of clay and iron mixed together. That's what's happening now, and it's crumbling. It's crumbling apart. That pseudo energy of intimidation and just mean spiritedness is crumbling. And that's what's happening across the globe, actually. Netanyahu is a perfect example. That piece of shit. Committing genocide against the people of the land. Y'all were brought there. Y'all were brought there. The Ashkenazi Jews were brought there at the end of the war, World War II, and were annexed a portion of the Palestinian land. And then y'all did what most greedy people do. Y'all acted like babies kids. Y'all multiplied, but you started to destroy everything around you. You became greedy. That's why your shit is falling apart. And here in the States, the oligarchs, the multi million and billionaires, those who have pillaged this land, stolen from it, unlawful means gains of the lands and things, of waterways and stuff like that. Y'all got your names on it and stuff. Okay, it's not yours to have. It wasn't yours to have in the first place. You stole it. You lied. You cheated. You did everything that you could do to decimate the peoples of the land. But yet we're here. We're still here. We're still here. And we still doing our thing. So, not gonna win. Not gonna win. I again will add those two clips that I had previously made reference to. I will also share some additional content or where additional content can be found regarding things that I do. I am a writer. I do write. I have two published books, and I also have a platform on WordPress since I've had since Lord, what 2009, I think. And I write and I put my stuff there. Now, of course, Substack is the thing right now, and I don't jump on every whim. So if you want to see my shit, you go to WordPress. Link is in my on my main page. I'll add it again here. Of course, TikTok, Instagram. I'm on Threads, Facebook, um, and those links have also been added, so you can check me out further if you choose to do so. So, with all of that being said, oh, this is long today, child. Mm, long. Has to have my coffee. So again, MATruth. Just wanted to share that little tidbit with you. What was on my little bean for today? I've got to get myself mentally together for the JOMB. And with regards to that, um, the job that I have, dealing with the public is a ooey because everybody is angry. You know, things happen unexpectedly, and you find yourself in a circumstance where you need to call out for help. Get help. But you don't start off cussing out the help when they answer the phone. Thing to do. You don't get what you think that you need. Acting ugly. I used to say that when I was in the corporate arena, and there would be people who would need things. And in my position as the executive administrative assistant, you had to go through me to get to the upper folks. So you had to come correct. You couldn't come acting a fool because when you knocked on my door, and if I said come in, you didn't come in acting ugly. Didn't come in with demands. First off, you say, "Hey, how you doing today?" "Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I'm good. How are you? How may I help you?" Then you can present your case. But if you busted through my door being loud and dogmatic and obtuse, guess what? It wasn't happening. Your conversation ended as soon as you opened your mouth. You can leave my office and I'll let you know when I'm available to meet with you. "Well, I need such and such now." Well, guess what? That's not going to happen today. Might not happen tomorrow. All depends on you. So it pays to be nice to the hill. I just thought I'd throw that out. MATruth, love y'all. Be at peace with yourselves and your neighbors if you can. And if you can't, eh, get you some of that sage, baby. Get you some crystals, and a libation to the ancestors, and then you do what you gotta do. I'm out, y'all. Have a good day.